Chapter 9. Chen Fan says, I see. And old uncle thinking I do not know very much? After all, for me, practicing martial arts is just a family inheritance and an interest. The inheritance of martial arts has a long history. Legend has it that originally it was a QI refining technology, which later was uprated and defensed into all kinds of different inner strength arts and attacks and defense arts. The last most prosperous time for the martial arts realm was the end of the Ming dynasty and the beginning of the Qing dynasty, when experts and masters came forth in large numbers. Eight guns and cannons rose and martial arts began to fall. Now master-level martial artists have become rare. There are 3 stages for martial artists: outer strength, inner strength, and sublimity. Most of the practitioners now are in the first stage, very few are in the second. As for the sublimity master with gang QI protection that can defend against firearms, apart from you, I just seen one. And Chen Fan thinking it said that there is another level above the sublimity, but no one has ever seen it. None of this has anything to do with me though. This key he gave me, however, is rather nice. Of course I deserve this gift. This is the confidence of a retribution enduring immortal sovereign. Pink hair girl says, Grandpa, that's the key of the top-level house of the Yunmu Villa. It was a present from the richest man of Chuzhou to third uncle, and he gave it to you. He did heal your injury, but is it really necessary to give him such an expensive house? Old uncle says, you don't understand. The revised arts alone are priceless. Pink hair girl says, I see. Old uncle says, moreover, you have no idea what it is to be a master of martial arts. Pink hair girl says, master of martial arts. So what? Can he resist bullets, cannons, or even missiles? Old uncle says it's not as simple as you think. Chen Fan is on par with the military legend Yi Nanqian, even though he is so young. We want to keep him on our side. Pink hair girl says, I see. This Chen Fan is destined to be extraordinary. Then bodyguard says, Chen Fan, according to your arrangement, we are not going to the Yunmu Villa. Now we are at the lakeside community. Then Chen Fan says, good. My phone rings? Hello? Chen Fan. Ran, you all right? I want to invite you out for dinner. Oh, Zhang Yumeng and Xu Rongfei will come too. Chen Fan says, I am all right. Don't bother. Bye. Ran says he hung up on me. What a show-off. He is stuck up after all. But he was kind of charming when fighting all those guys. He was quite heroic. 3 peaceful days later. Chen Fan says, phew. After a few days of closed-door cultivation, I've reached the peak of the initial stage of foundation establishment, just a step away from the middle stage, but I have to go to school for registration, for my mom's sake. International High School, private exclusive school, is equipped with top hardware facilities, faculty, and enjoys a great reputation as well. Students here either have excellent grades or have a super rich family. It is shown inside Chen Fan's class, where all the students are talking amongst themselves. Blue hair boys say to Chen Fan, you looking for someone? It's you. I was expecting a beautiful girl. Your seat is next to me. Teacher come and says we have a transfer student today. Chen Fan, introduce yourself. He says, hello everyone, I am Chen Fan. Chapter 10 class students are saying about Chen Fan he is ordinary, plain looking, poor and powerless, boring, not worth knowing. Blue hair boy says, Chen Fan, your self-introduction was too simple. How can you attract girls if you don't put any effort in? Never mind. My name is Jiang Tangqiu. I am nicknamed Nightclub Prince. There isn't a nightclub in Chuzhou that I don't know. Chen Fan says, I know your name. Blue hair boy thinking it seems that my reputation precedes me, and says, listen to me. Chen Fan thinks you were not only my desk mate, but also my best buddy last life. When I was down and out, only you were there for me. You stabbed someone for a girl and were put in prison for 7 years, ruining your whole life. The 2 of us could only drink away our sorrows. Chen Fan friend says if I could live again, I would never ruin my life for that bitch. Chen Fan thinks in this new life I will try my hardest to protect my friends. Blue hair boy says, why don't you speak? Chen Fan says, I am listening. Blue hair boy says, all right. I have to show you my real ability. The girls of our class are all not bad, but the prettiest of all is our monitor, Chang Wen. She will be the host of the campus evening. Only Zhu Rongfei and Jiang Churan, the 2 accepted campus belles, are slightly prettier than her. Xu, needless to say, is already a minor celebrity as a model, and even acted as a supporting role in a TV series. It's said she can afford a BMW with the money she makes in a year. outstripping 99% of the students in China. Chen Fan thinks if I told you she nearly became my lover in my past life, I wonder how you would react. Blue Hair Boy says, but don't T even think about Gao Wen. She doesn't T even want me, let alone you. Chen Fan says in his mind you haven't T changed at all, still full of hot air. Blue Hair Boy says in his mind it Si Yingxia she fancies, but that fellow is too proud to look at her. Blue Hair Boy says look, that Si Yingxia. Chen Fan says well he is our head teacher's favorite student. He once won a prize in a national Olympic math competition and was recommended for admission to Waking and Yanjing universities. He is now a treasure to the whole school. The class teacher says, Sai Yingxia, come on in. Then class students are saying Sai Yingxia. More handsome than all the Korean idols handsome even when he is late for class. Blue Hair Boy says he is also a forward for the school basketball team. The cheerleaders of our school are all pretty girls who all love him and Yang Kao. But he fancies Campus Belle's shoe. I don't stand a chance. Chen Fan says really. Blue Hair Boy says what do you think of Sai Yingxia? Chen Fan says I really don't see anything special about him. In the last life, CI was definitely the most enviable person to all the boys of the school, even me. In this life, in my eyes, he's far less important than Jiang Tangqiu. Blue Hair Boy says TSK Yuri conceded. I don't quite like him either, but he is really awesome. Then class over class monitor girl says the school basketball team will have a training game during the lunch break. Jiang Tangqiu and Chen Fan. Jiang Tangqiu is Blue Hair Boy name, and then she says you two go and help carry the drinks. Jiang Tangqiu says TSK you want to show yourself in front of Sai Yingxia, but order about us like dogs. Student are cheering Yang Kao. Yang Kao. Yang Kao. Xia. Xia. Jiang Tangqiu says so crazy? Of course I am annoyed when I am compared with others. He even ignores Cheng Wen. You see the tall one? His Yang Kao, team leader, awesome. His father is the CEO of the Tiansheng Hotel. Someone offended him once, and he led the whole team to beat him and broke his leg. The school let it pass. If only we could be as prestigious as him one day. Monitor girl says, what are you waiting for? Hand out drinks to the other players. Chen Fan throw the bottle to Yang Kao. Yang Kao says Chen Fan. Chen Fan says long time no see. Chapter 11 Yang Kao says yes, it's been quite a few days. Xia Yingxia says is not that Jiang Tangqiu and the transfer student? Monitor girl says you know him? His name is Chen Fan, the new kid from our class. He's a poor loser, you can order him about as you like. Yang Kao see Chen Fan face and Chen Fan says Cheng Wen. Then monitor girl says the school team has a match tonight. Go and carry things for the team. Chen Fan says I am not going. Monitor girl says what did you say? You are not going. Chen Fan say I went to help last time, considering that we were classmates. In return you sneered at me. Do you really think I did not hear you? Right. That's the school team's match, so ask the sports department to do it. What does it have to do with me? Monitor girl says you're really not going. Chen Fan says no. Monitor girl thinking I have a rich family and am the monitor. I am superior to you like a princess. Only boys as excellent as Sai Yingxia can make me slightly lower my head. A plain and unimpressive transfer student like yourself dares to turn me down. And says, do you think the match is not important at all? And he just ignore him. Then one student says you dare to disrespect the school team? Chen Fan says you are Ji Xingyu, the sports commissary? A substitute of the school team? Then student are very angry, and then Jiang Tangqiu says, brother you, come on, has a newcomer and knows nothing. Do not be so serious. It's just carrying things, we can do it together, all right? The boy says, I cannot wait to wipe that smug look off your face. You got some nerve, last one we had like you got his leg broke. Chen Fan says, go yourself if you want. I am not going anyway. Anytime. Then some student says the members of the school team are all tall and strong. They made it to the final 8th in the Jiangnan Province High School League last year, winning honor for our school. So they swagger around in the school, and almost no one dares to offend them. Someone once pissed Yang Kao off. He led the team to break the dude leg and Ji Xingyu was among them. The transfer student unexpectedly has a temper. So what? That's what we call overconfidence. Exactly. Did not he consider his own ability before challenging Jiasing Yu and Monitor Chang? Then class teacher are coming and says there is Taekwondo class this afternoon. If you want to take part, hand in clothing fee and lessons fee if you are going. If not, you are dismissed and free to leave. Chen Fan says boring, I am going home. Jiasing Yu is brown hair boy name. He says, hey, do not leave dude. Why, not even attending the Taekwondo class? Chen Fan says is none of your business. Jiasing Yu says you do not have the money? Tell me I can pay for you. Monitor Chang says if you do not participate in class activities, do not blame me for telling Ms. Zhu. That will influence your term assessment. Chen Fan says fine, I am going. Then writer says the Taekwondo gym was very gorgeously built. It's about the same size as the basketball gym. This Taekwondo class is a big class, not only class 9 of the 3rd year, but also many other classes from all the grades attend this class. Jiang Tankyu says the Taekwondo the coach has at our school won the 2nd, is very famous. Place prize of a national game, he is very competent. Well, Jiasing Yu dragged you to this class, probably in order to embarrass you in class. Ignore him for God's sake. Chen Fan says thank you. Then Taekwondo sir is coming and say everybody warm up first, and then practice against each other. Yingxia you demonstrate it first. Jiang Tankyu says Sai Yingxia is a red belt, second only to black belt, representing danger and attack. One cannot reach such level without years of practice. Sir says Jiasing Yu versus Sai Yingxia. Then Sai Yingxia attack the Jiasing Yu. Coach says now, according the arranged pairs, practice with each other. Jiasing Yu says coach, before that, I did like to challenge someone. Chen, were not you quite smug at lunch break? Do you have the nerve to play with me? Students are saying why is he challenging a white belt? Exactly, a blue belt versus a white belt. Is not it too easy for him? Or did the transfer student piss him off? Coach says you sure you want to challenge this white belt? Due to the huge gap between your levels, you have the right to refuse. Jiasing Yu boy, you were so smug at noon, weren't you? What now? Lost your nerve? Chen Fan says I cannot do Taekwondo.